We are surrounded by and living on top of the infrastructure of an advanced ancient civilization. I have learned in my journey of uncovering this evidence, it is hidden in plain sight, in that it is literally just outside our front doors, in our backyards, in our neighborhoods, especially in our parks, and on our highway and road systems. My name is Michelle Gibson. I'm going to show you why I think the highway system's civil engineers laid out the road system directly on top of what were ancient transportation systems, whether canals or land roads, and built bridges on top of earthworks. First, bridges. This computer-generated image shows a very geometric-looking earthwork. In real life, I saw the same perfect geometry countless times where bridges cross highways. This would be an example of a bridge crossing a highway on top of two symmetric, same-height earthworks. Could the highway departments have built those? Well, here's the problem I have with that. The same beautiful earthworks occur everywhere. The sides of the highways are symmetrical and sometimes quite high for very long distances. Why would any road construction project, which would be on a budget, take more time to make everything perfect and geometric, and sometimes quite high over a long distance than less? Here's another example to show you beautifully rounded curvatures and shapes beside a highway. Road construction costs and plus the cost of building earth embankments and stay on budget. This is not an isolated example by any means. There are so many examples where you see places where cuts had to be blasted through stone to get the road through. Pay really close attention to these places the next time you drive on a highway, because they have blasted through ancient infrastructure. In many cases, blocks of masonry are visible. They also built roads around ancient infrastructure. This is a picture that was taken on Highway 123 on what is called the Pig Trail, which goes through the Ozark National Forest in Arkansas. I had a first-hand experience of this road in 2016. The Pig Trail is notorious for its extreme switchback turns. The reason for the extreme angles in the road is pictured here. For long distances along this route, there are sheer walls like in this photo, so they had to build the road to circumvent long distances of massive stone walls. Now, since we are in Arkansas, this is a nice segue into the cover-up code word of pinnacle. I am showing you more examples of the many ways they have hidden this vast ancient civilization right in front of our eyes. This has taken place not just in North America, but all over the earth. Here is my first pinnacle experience. Just a little bit west of Little Rock is Pinnacle Mountain State Park, a place called Natural Steps that is located on private land and not open to public view is near there. And there are two more pyramids that are not part of the state park and to which access is completely cut off. There is no way you can get to them, and to see them you would have to do it by boat from the yacht club nearby on the Arkansas River or climb to the top of this Pinnacle Mountain. Otherwise, the only other way to see them is to view them from the Visitor Center observation deck on a relatively clear day, like this photo I managed to take here. This is where you have to piece the truth together in other ways because there is no way you are going to be able to find a reference to pyramids in Arkansas, anywhere, ever. Next, in Arizona, this is a picture of Pinnacle Peak in the Fountain Hills area just north of Phoenix. Note the masonry blocks and as well how the different features of this ancient site are given cutesy names. Next is a picture of Pinnacle Mountain in South Carolina, and Pinnacles National Park, which is near Hollister, California. And while there are more pinnacles, here is one more. The Pinnacles of Victoria, Australia on the left, which bear a resemblance to the more well-known standing stones of Carnac, in the Brittany region of France on the right. On to Palisades. A palisade is defined as a line of lofty, steep cliffs, usually along a river. So, for example, here are the famous Palisades of New Jersey and New York along the Hudson River. They look uniform in height and flat on top. Next, these are the Cove Palisades in Oregon. Really flat top there as well. These photos were taken at the Mississippi Palisades State Park in Illinois. And a photo taken at Palisades State Park in South Dakota. Also, Utah has a Palisades State Park. This first photo was taken of the golf course there, showing the ancient stonework and the flat top. This photo is of the oldest operating Mormon temple in Utah, near the Palisades State Park. Note the earthwork that it is built upon, and the architectural style of the building, including the towers, onion domes, and ornate stylings. Lastly, here are the pinnacles at Mount Rainier National Park in Washington State. Now onto pillars. These are the Lena River pillars. I found these following the alignment that left Alaska between Nome, Alaska and Yulin, Siberia, and then crossed over Siberia. These pillars are accessible by river cruise near Tixi in Siberia. Here are the Pillars of Hercules on the island of Antigua in the West Indies, and the 7 Pillars in Peru, Indiana. And then there are the really famous Pillars of Hercules. The Rock of Gibraltar on the island of Gibraltar is often referred to as the Pillars of Hercules. However, there may be one other pillar in North Africa, the identity of which is disputed between 3 locations. Besides the ones I have already showed you masquerading as something else, here are a few of the Pyramid Mountains that are out there. This is Black Pyramid Mountain in Montana, and Pyramid Rock in Gallup, New Mexico. There are 2 Pyramid Mountains in New Jersey. Tripod Rock is at the Pyramid Mountain in Kinnelon, New Jersey. It is called a glacial erratic, the product of retreating glaciers during the Ice Age. It consists of 1 huge rock on top of 3 small rocks. Meanwhile, the same thing in New York State, called Balanced Rock and also considered a glacial erratic, a product of the Ice Age's retreating glaciers. Meanwhile, in Great Britain and other places around the world, this same stone configuration is considered a dolmen. A dolmen is defined as a prehistoric monument of 2 or more upright stones supporting a horizontal stone slab, found especially in Britain and France. This pyramid shape is found in Antarctica. I'm going to end this video with these unacknowledged pyramids. The following pictures are of Jerome, the site of an ancient copper mine, not too far from Sedona, and are part of what are called the Black Hills in Arizona.